Alright lads, as you can probably tell by the snazzy new channel art and the new picture, I am going to be relaunching this channel for FM15. And the team I'm going to be doing it with is A.E.K. Athens, one of the most well-known clubs in Greece. Growing up, I remember seeing A.E.K. Athens in Champions League groups, obviously recognising them as one of the premier Greek clubs, and I was looking through teams to manage, and I found them in the second division of Greek football. Immediately I was very surprised. The club had been relegated for the first time a couple of years ago actually, after falling into massive financial problems, as did quite a lot of companies in Greece, as you probably know. The team that season pretty much had to play with a youth team, so to only be relegated by the skin of their teeth was a commendable effort. But they nevertheless decided to declare bankruptcy and reform in the first division of amateur Greek football, which is the third tier in the Greek system. So they got promoted the year FM14 came out, so I found them in the second tier for FM15. I thought this was going to be it. This was going to be a very fun challenge to try and restore one of the greats of Greek football back to where they belong, at the top of the tree. As you can see, the facilities are what you would expect really from a top Greek club. Good training, good youth, good junior coaching. I'd like to get above average youth recruitment up as soon as possible though really. We play in a 69,000 capacity stadium. I believe that is the stadium used for the Olympics when it was hosted in Athens back in 2004. We're due to be moving into a 33,000 capacity stadium in 2016. That'll be purpose built for football. It's much reduced capacity, but to be honest, we rarely even fill a third of this Olympic stadium, so it's good to get a downsize, good for the atmosphere of the ground. Hopefully should improve our home performances as well. As you can see on the past winners of the Greek Super League, it's been very Olympiakos dominated. They've had streaks where they've won it 5, even 7 times in a row. A.E.K. had their last good streak back in the early 90s, and these are the sort of glory days we aim to be bringing back to the club. I'm currently partway through the second season, simply because the first season wouldn't have been fun to watch at all. We basically did a Rangers back when they folded. They were far too strong for their division, and yeah, we were pretty much a group of fully grown men in an under-6s league. Well, I can't actually show you the league table because the league's since been restructured. If you look at all the sort of wins that we had, especially during the latter phase of the season, I believe that is a 13 game winning streak, if I remember correctly, and a 22 match unbeaten run. So it was very, very easy. Got promoted, won the league I think by about 7-8 points in the end, after the slightly sort of dodgy start with all those draws. We got to the semi-final of the Greek Cup, which is decent for a second tier side, eventually losing to Levidiakos, I think that is, over 2 legs. First leg was a 1-1 draw, and the second leg at home we managed to lose, which was very disappointing, and it would have set up a final I believe with Olympiakos, which would have been fantastic for the fans to finally get another taste of that Athens derby. In terms of the transfer business for that year, just letting go a couple of players, one on loan and one for free, who was really just clogging up the wage bill. A couple of loans bought in, couldn't really reshape the squad too much. Kevin Comboy I got on loan, who I've since signed permanently. Very good left back, especially with the attacking side of the game. 13 crossing, although his dribbling leaves much to be desired. I also signed this thunderous fellow, Nicholas Storm, who has 15 crossing, 16 pace. He was just tearing down the left flank, especially in the second tier of Greek football. I'd have loved to have had him on loan this season, but he's gone to our rivals PAOK, which is not okay. I'll show you the transfers for this season then. It's been a bit more eventful. Like I said, I signed Kevin Comboy once his contract with NEC expired. I got this guy on an absolute bargain, 105k for Zizinho, who's an advanced playmaker with 15 passing, 16 technique, 15 first touch. He is absolutely dictating the play in every game. Amazing technical stats for this level. To have got him for the price that I got him, was an absolute steal in my opinion. He's probably been my best signing this season. Also coming in, Cialis, new defender. He's struggled a little bit, but I believe that his stats don't lie. Statistically, a very good defender. He's just going to need some time to settle. I think made a few mistakes, given away a few too many penalties. So maybe that's something to look at. But for just under 300k, it wasn't too much of an investment. Decided to raid my old boys Austria with this transfer. I believe I signed this guy from, what was it? It was from Wacker Modelling, the rivals from the old St Pölten days. Knasmulner, I'm going to hazard a guess at that. He's another midfielder. He's taken a while to settle, really. A while longer than Zizinho did, anyway. Not quite as good technically, but he's a tidy all-round midfielder. Again, good at dictating the play. I decided to focus on the spine of the squad, getting some good midfielders, so that we could control the game well. I signed this right back on loan, Cornell Rapper, just as cover really, but he's every bit as good as our starting right back. Only 1.6k a week off the wage bill as well. I just thought it was an absolute steal. Formations I'm going with, 4-2-3-1 first of all. Similar team instructions for both formations. This is my home tactic. We're looking to retain possession. Basically, it's a possession-based tactic with a high tempo, high energy sort of pressing game that should hopefully see us dominate at home with a control mentality. Away from home, I'm going on the counter with a defensive midfielder in there to shore up the defence. Not pushing as high up the pitch as I would normally, as I'm leaving myself a bit too exposed. I've learned that from the last couple of games where I've had a few embarrassing results. So, yeah, I've had to evolve my tactic coming up from the second division. Well, there's a table after 10 games or so. Everyone's played a different amount of games, but it's hardly title challenging form, let's be honest. I'm not sure what I expected from this season, but I certainly expected to be higher than 9th after 10 games. I've had some pretty embarrassing results, been absolutely smacked by a couple of teams, but the problem definitely is the tactics are a little bit suicidal. I'm conceding quite a lot of goals. If I just sort the table by goals for, you can see that I have the joint second best attack and one of the worst defences. So I'm not really finding a very good balance in the squad so far, which is proving a bit problematic. Aims for this season from here, I think I should probably push for, I don't know, 4th, 5th. There are 3 or 4 teams in Greece that are a bit of a cut above the rest, to be honest. So I think if I just settle in behind them, it'll represent a good season. I'm expected to challenge for the title this season by the board, which is daunting in itself. But as long as I stay within touch of the leading pack, I think the board will be fine with that. In terms of the games then I've played in the Super League, we started off with a 4-1 win against OFI Crete, one of the best ways to start possible really as a newly promoted team. Goal from this guy in Tunis, the starting right winger. Another goal from Patelas, who plays on the left. Aravidis with a brace. He's the star striker. He's bagged, I think he bagged more goals than games last season in obviously a division that's far too low a standard for his ability. Darko Zoric missed a penalty as well, which could have made it 5-1. But it was a very dominating, convincing performance. And I was very happy with it. We then decided to back that up with absolute rinsing against Panathinaikos, another one of the leading teams in Greece. Goals on 9, 12 and 15 minutes rendered the game over pretty soon. We only had one shot on target as well. It was a dismal performance, especially to lose like that to one of your rivals. It hurts a lot. The damage in morale sort of showed after that. Lost to Pantherikikos, I'm going to say, by a goal to nil. We never really created any decent chances despite dominating the possession. Bit of a concern. That's been a bit of a theme over the first 10 games. Then an absolutely incredible game against Olympiacos. We were 4-1 down. 4-1 after taking the lead. Bakakis, the right back. Then 4 straight goals from Olympiacos, taking a 4-1 lead on the hour mark. Aravidis gets a goal back on 65. He puts one in on 89 minutes, and Zizinho, following up from a corner at the death of the game, to equalise and make it 4-4 against probably the best team in Greece. I'm just going to hurry up a bit going through these other fixtures. Got a good cup win against Apollon in Group D. There's a group stage, 4 teams in my group. Top 2 qualify, so that was a good start. Tripolis, who play in the Europa League these days, beat us 1-0 at home, which to carry on the disappointing winless run in the league. We stopped that pretty convincingly though against the team that knocked us out of the cup the previous season, Levadiakos, who we managed to spank 5-1 on their patch. Great win. PIS Gianna, who were bottom of the league at the time, however, managed to spank us 3-0 in the next game. I'll never understand why we were as inconsistent as we were. Things seem to have levelled out now though. A good 1-0 win against AEK, one of the leading pack. Good to get a derby win for once. Ergotelis, 3-2 win away. It was far more comfortable than the scoreline suggested. Controlled the game very nicely. Then a disappointing home draw against Panionios. I think I've actually said that correctly. Wow. And the last game was a cup game against OFI Crete. We managed to win that again to cement our qualification from the group stage into the knockout stage. So we will we'll be going to Lamia today to see if we can pick up more points, carry on this decent run that we've managed to start in the last 4 games. These are bottom of the league, so really you've got to expect to beat them. Let's we're going with our away tactic. Let's see what the assistant suggests. He suggests Boresovic as Aravidis isn't really back from injury yet. Aravidis is an incredible player. Alright, they're going with a 4-2-3-1. Standard home tactic really. Let's see how we manage to counteract it in this game. We have the stronger players, so we should be getting a win here. And we're away. As we kick off. Tunis on the wing gets stopped by that absolute animal who nearly managed to get himself booked in the first 20 seconds. Pretty uneventful game so far. Lamia have been dominant in terms of the shots, but we've managed to keep hold of the possession. Now we've got a set piece. Zoric whips it in, and it's in. Don't know who got their nut on it. It was Tunis. And that's a very good start. A bit concerned about the lack of shots, but we've managed to nick one from a set piece. Get in. The Kakis now. Bresovic to Zoric. Sprays it out to Barbosa. Can he cut inside? No, he gets pinched. And maybe... No. Bresovic. Oh, it's saved. Corner then. Barbosa whipping it in. Bresovic! Oh, he's at the post. It's not been convincing, but we are ahead. I'm just going to tell them that they are capable of doing better than this. Let's make our double substitution on the hour mark. We're going to be taking off Zoric because he's a bit dead. Is anyone else dead? Cordero could do with a rest. I'm going to bring Cialis in the defensive midfield position. And Saris at centre-back. Oh shit. Lamia have it in their half. We've not played well enough to deserve to win. Not yet anyway. Is it going to be a penalty? No. Bakakis. Can he scramble it away? Anywhere will do. Chris Kamara now. Manafo. can they do? Saris. Come on, Bresovic. Do something. You absolute slob. Barbosa now is going to run with it on the left wing. He cuts inside to Grontis. Bresovic, you beautiful man. 2-0. That sealed it. A good move down the left flank. And we've got... it's not been convincing, but we've got our win. Hopefully. Let's not tempt fate. Holy shit. Milner. And Bresovic loses it. Do we get it back? No. Kolovestios now. Oh, Maric. Is he going to get sent off? Is it going to be Cheerio? Cheerio. Cheerio, cheerio, cheerio. Okay. 15 minutes or so left, plus stoppage time. Anistis launching it up. Bresovic now. A few minutes to go. We don't need to rush anything. And Tunis brings it in. Barbosa gets on the end of it. Getting his belly on it to make it 3-0. That's the game. Signed, sealed, fucking delivered. We've done it in the end. We've managed to overpower them. And we've got our 3 points. Ref, blow the whistle, son. And another goal. Just to take the piss. Milner seals the deal and some. It's 4. That's what we want to see. Up to 7th in the league now. Seemingly a lot of the big teams slipping up as well, which is lovely to see. So it's been a good weekend for us. I'm going to see if I can extend that winning run, and I'll see you for the next game. Take care.